Well, hello YouTube, I guess. Wait, how did I start it? What? That's insane. Okay, my fault. Well, I started YouTube stream on accident. My fault. How did I do that? What? No way. How did this happen? Oh Lord. So it's magic. I don't understand how this works, genuinely. Oh, okay, unfortunate. Okay, so I'm being told that this interval is actually a little bit shorter, so maybe we'll be able to do it all today. It's possible, right? But I'm saying ahead of time, this might be slightly short of a stream for just a couple hours, maybe. We'll see about it. We'll see how it goes, you know? Could work, could not work. In the meantime, I've done a couple of mirror dungeons. I have 6k lunacy saved up. Not much has changed in this department. We'll see if I pull for next banner. And I will also, after that, I'm saving these up. I know that you can't save them up between like seasons properly because they get halved. But I don't care. I'll save them. And then I'll use the half that I have remaining plus whatever I get next season to dispense units from here because they're the coolest. I say this because I have not seen many other units, but you know, out of the ones that I've seen a bunch of these, like the arts and everything, and they look the coolest to me, so I want them. That's my reasoning. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'll change my mind. There's some time for that. I mean, I will pull probably on the next banner. Yeah, probably. I have like a lot saved up, so I was talking about like the boxes specifically, or the crates. Yeah, I'm excited to see what it is because I've looked at the I've seen this, but I haven't actually looked at the units or anything like that, so I'm completely blind. Yeah. I want to do a stream where I look at all the arts and everything, but I don't know what format that would be better in. Like, do I just go through this one by one and look at them this way or some other way, or what's the, you know? Also, what stream chat might be a bit high. It's fine. It's fine. Make a tier list of bro. Are there not like 10 trillion? Like, bro, I'm sorry. When my brain short circuits, I just say bro a lot. But like that's a lot of IDs, man. 150. Yeah, dude, we'd be here for like 5 hours. And also, yeah, is it actually like, should I do it through a wiki or something? Or is it like fine to do it through these like, and you know, I don't know. This feels a little bit inconvenient, so I don't know, not sure. But I want to do that. I'm not sure when. Maybe we could do it before Canto 5 or something. The Heysho buns, really? Are they just like not strong? The Great Limbus Library. Okay. We'll see. Okay, let's get on with it because after this I'm considering streaming a little bit of the Avatar fighting game on Twitch. So We'll see, we'll see. How quickly... Okay. Actual beach, but... This harsh divide is making me not very optimistic for this beach. The beach episode. Oh my god, bro. They're very strong but boring. Oh, rip. We'll see what I pull for Walpurgis. The thing I care about the most is I care about looks. You know, I care about looks. They look cool, so I'm interested, you know? Okay. I mean, if they're boring to you, whatever. Whatever. We'll see. Okay, let's go. Stalling. Win rate kings? That sounds good to me. It's been about 2 weeks since we took care of the job at K-Corp. And the immense dullness of traveling through a nest by car was just starting to sink in. Excuse me, it's a bus? Pretty sure I saw a road that looked exactly like this one 30 minutes ago. But it's a road. What do you mean? The way roads are built in the nest and back streets is rather dissimilar. If we were navigating the back streets, I feel like the game is too quiet. Hold on. I feel like it's just a bit quiet. Maybe I'm loud today. Maybe I'm just really excited for amazing Limbus Company beach episode. If we were navigating the back streets, we would have been able to find a shortcut through the alleyways and corners, but navigating a nest in an automobile means driving through this absolutely abominable traffic congestion. I guess that's why people with cash to spare spend it on W Corp's warp trains and such. The warp trains, they're... The bus fell silent, as though everyone seemed to simultaneously recall the warp train they saw in the mirror worlds. I must have not been paying attention. I think I prefer riding the bus. The cord, I don't know what that means. I concur. Let's Google it. The cord. French phrase meaning okay or agreed. Okay, fucking... Why don't we all take a nice little nap like Keith? I'm bored to death just staring out the window. So we spent days upon days of boredom on the bus, making very little progress. I'm actually happy there's a beach episode, okay? This does make me feel like I'm a kid watching Shonen again, you know? A little bit. I feel like it has some Shonen energy to it. Maybe it's just the... going from place to place with a crew of people. It's like One Piece or something. Toward a tunnel, One Piece was good. Toward a tunnel that seemed to lead somewhere. I don't even think One Piece is bad. The anime is though. We're almost there. The road will free up once we exit this tunnel. Just as Faust said, the traffic jam appeared to visibly improve, allowing us to make actual progress. That's good. Can't see much yet, but I'm glad we're almost there. Speaking of which, our destination was... Yes, indeed. Once again, we were being blindly led along by our guide who knows where. Don't you think it's about time he started telling us where we're going? Dante is asking where our destination is. I was asking if he could start telling us where we're headed before we leave, but I thought better of it. Our current destination is... our final destination is a Lobotomy Corp branch located at U Corp. What was that? Is she? You up? You spooked me. Sorry. It's her. Oh my god. Each of them has like an anime gasp whenever we hear the location name. Wait, are we gonna go on the ship? On the famed Ishmael ship that she was on? In the flashback? Oh my god. It's gonna happen? I wasn't sure why Ishmael suddenly jolted, but I'm so jolly today. I decided to carry on with our conversation for now. Wait, so by our final destination, you mean we're currently headed to a temporary stop. Just as Virgilius finished the sentence, the bus emerged from the lengthy tunnel. I'm not voicing that. Yes. I looked to the... I looked to the window, which had suddenly turned bright. And the cleanest sandy Sorry. And the cleanest sandy beach and the most turquoise blue ocean I had ever seen graced my eyes. Whoops. Don't know what I'm thinking. Do I behold the great lake yonder? With Don Quixote's enthusiastic exclamation, sinners begin waking up from their naps one by one. Now that's a sight I've not seen in a long time. Oh, Greg, darling. Just a little bit, just a bit, you know. You've been here before? I've only heard of this place, never been myself. The sinners each began excitedly chattering about the scene. Wait. Can't be my turn already. Except for one, that is. No. We're still not ready for this. Ishmael, you good? No. Give me a moment, I need to think. While I was still worried about Ishmael's sudden gloominess, I had faith that she would be okay. She was always on top of things, after all. Besides, my attention was drawn to the bubbling enthusiasm that seemed to have possessed the sinners. So, we are journeying toward the Great Lake? I've only heard of the Great Lake, but never saw it myself. So, this is what it looks like, huh? Perhaps our trying journey shall finally be rewarded with a seaside picnic. I suppose spending a nice vacation here could be a fun experience. If we were permitted to rest, I wish to lie upon the summery sand and gaze up at the skies. Bro, the music is going. I could use some nice tanning on a long beach. I wish to try the game of beach volleyball with everyone, that is. Sounds like the crake? Is that a term? British term? The sinners were all eagerly chatting about the things they wanted to do. It was nice to see them excited for once, but... Hey, guide bud, are we really stopping at the beach? Everyone seemed to be conveniently forgetting the fact that Virgilius never mentioned if we were stopping at the beach. What do you think? Charon? Gonna hitch wheels in a ditch. Screech. The formerly on-track bus suddenly swerved and everyone was thrown around the bus, as is often the case. What treachery is this? An ambush! No, this is our stop. Sinners got to their feet one by one, groaning with pain. What the... What in the name of the wings? We're going to do cleanup. Oh my god, this is just like that one My Hero Academia episode where they go on the beach to clean up. Only the despairing cries of sinners echoed in the dark and damp views outside the windows. Rip. Are we gonna fight trash monsters? It's an Irish thing? Okay. Hello. The music, I don't know if you heard Marvel Tokon OSTs for the characters yet, but I was listening to a bunch of them, and like a lot of them are like a villain theme with like fucking guitars and shit, you know? And then it was Penny Parker, and it was literally like that. You should listen to it. If you haven't heard Marvel Token OST for characters yet, it's really good. Okay. I'm hoping to like forget most of it by the time the game comes out though. So I can listen again. This cannot be. How are we to enjoy our what? What the fuck is that? What? That's not English. Oh shit, right. Marisol support. You're so right. This may come as a surprise to you. I'll do it after Don Quixote, but Virgilius never mentioned that we're here on vacation. Well, it is rather quaint. NB. Non-binary? What was the point of showing us that beautiful beach earlier then? Right. I wish I never even saw that beach. Then I wouldn't be so disappointed. Hark! Right. Thither is the after-scene beach. Wherefore art we not journeying in that direction? Its air appears pristine, its sky is clear. Because that's not our destination. This cannot be. The sinner's faces grew dark with disappointment. Can't say that I wasn't a little excited to have some proper rest myself, but I had a feeling this was going to happen. So, where is this exactly? It'd be in everyone's interest to focus on what's next. This is District 21. Back streets of U Corp. Damn it. We're really not ready for this. Yes. So that's why there hasn't been congestion since the tunnel, because we're not in a nest. That depends on the nest and their back streets, so such generalizations are not encouraged. That seems to be the case this time, however. Is that a private beach over there? The water, its colors are very different from this side's. I see. A boundary as though hewn by a blade. Those are telltale signs of this place's nature. Indeed, this is the Great Lake. That's just how it always has been. You can assume that a well-maintained vacation spot like that is usually nest territory. My explanations keep getting hijacked. Does this place count as the back streets when it's open? When it's open? The definition of back streets isn't limited to literal streets between buildings. It refers to all territories within districts not embraced by the nests. Right. We call this minging rubbish. Minging? Sorry, rubbish. The place is in shambles. I'd be gobsmacked if this weren't the back streets. Behold, here is a rather useful... What? Finish your sentence. It moved. What? This radio. It moved. Do the radios of District 21 scamper about? Scamper is a great word. What are you on? At Heathcliff's cry, everyone turned towards a certain pile of trash. We are fighting trash. And there it was, all of a sudden, a monster. Let's go. I press button. Yeah, I don't think it's possible that they like thought that it was that they just lumped in British and Irish slang together for this time, which I'm sure people will have feelings about maybe, but I don't know. Is there another I've heard there's like different sections between cantos, like not just one intervallo but like multiple, or there's like additional little mini things. Is there anything after this one? No. Okay, it just goes straight into 5. I see. Okay. Then we might be able to just do this one real quick, and then I'll play Avatar. What about the tier list? Some other day. Man, I feel like that's a stream all on its own. If I were to do the ID tier list, maybe that could be next, actually, before Canto 5. We could do that next, actually. Just looking at all the, like, every single ID in the game. That's a lot of it. Man, that's gonna take forever. But I feel like it could be fun. Like, imagine it this way. If there's 150 IDs, if I look at every single ID for 1 minute and no more, that's already 2.5 hours. That's crazy, right? If it's just 2 minutes per ID, that's a 5-hour stream. That's insanity. That's got to be like a special thing. Maybe if I like, I don't know, if I get like 1,000 subs on my second channel, maybe. Wait, 180? Oh my god. Nah, I don't know. Someday. We could do a 2-parter stream, maybe. I don't know, that would take so long too. It's gonna be 2 intervals after each one, besides Canto 8. I see. There was an Arknights collab? What the? I've kind of wanted to try Arknights. It seems like it's an interesting little game. Dude, I don't know. If I play Limbus and then I stream like Arknights, at that point I'm a full-time like gacha YouTuber, and I don't know if I want to resign myself to that fate. It feels... I don't know if I want to go down that path. Play Deltarune instead. I have actually not played any Deltarune. I've been like telling myself that I'll play it when it comes out in full, like all the chapters. Yeah, I've seen the first chapter. Oh yeah, I forgot the Marisol ID again. You know what? It's fine. I already got everything I wanted from the battle pass, or sorry, from the event. So I don't really care that much. The only thing that's left is like the experience tickets, and I'm fine. It's okay. I don't mind it necessarily. So what are these bug crab things? Hey now, what are you looking at me for? Makes you think I'd know. I wasn't even gawking at you. You're paranoid. That's what. Can't even talk about bugs around this guy. They're trash crabs. They're... what? Ishmael interjected all of a sudden. Trash crabs. They collect trash or scrap like that on their shells and use them as their homes and weapons. They're a tiresome lot. They ambush people working by the waters, attack those wandering in the area, and their numbers grow by the day. But they're just one of those innumerable... they're just one of the innumerable small fries of the Great Lake. What's more important and more treacherous is... Ishmael? I was with a chicken with Ishmael. I probably shouldn't let this go on for any longer, but... Hey guys, already hard at work, huh? A couple of people in work overalls seem to be approaching from a distance. Mika, Mika. There are valued customers. Watch your manners. Oh, okay, I guess. What are those RNTs? That does look like Simon from Gurren Lagann. You're so right. It's literally him. I think she's calling them rags and tags. Rain, they're calling us ragtags. Do I really have to watch my manners? They could be enemies. You too. Identify yourselves. Have you not been informed about us at all? No, not at all. That's why I'm suspicious of you two, coming up with seemingly plausible yet unverifiable identities, like spies. I'm sorry, wouldn't real spies come up with a more structured approach? Indeed, Otis. They are our cooperators who will be assisting us this time. Then speak sooner next time? She's embarrassed. She's embarrassed. Pleased to meet you, Mika, Rain. We are LCB, also known as the Limbus Company Bus Department. Bus, right. That's what that person said too. You guys are the bus blokes. I was informed that the LCC before team was here first. By that person, do you mean... Sorry, let me check the business card again. LCCB, right. All accounted for. Now that we're clear, why don't we continue this conversation back at the shop? Let's take a look at the bus too. This is an awkward place to talk, you know? We're their customers? Okay, care to tell us what we're doing here? Our destination, U-Corp, is a nest composed of various nautical structures. Therefore, Mephistopheles in its current form cannot reach there. We're going underwater? Real? Or just on the water? I guess that would probably make more sense. Who do you think the season 5 guest will be for sure? Guest? Season 5 guest? I hope there's not a guest, but it would make sense for BlazBlue. Other than that, I honestly... It's confirmed! Wait, sorry. Limbus people, I'm so sorry. Where? Link it. In Discord? Sorry, okay. Here comes Daredevil. What? It is a guest. Okay, it could be BlazBlue. Sorry, we're gonna take a small break from Limbus real quick. Let me just look at it real quick. Wait, it's not even... Oh, okay, there we go. Guest character... Yeah, okay. Virgil? Nah. I don't know. I hope it's somebody more interesting than that. But I get it. That's crazy. Okay, I shouldn't scroll Twitter for... But that's... Okay, we'll talk about it, like, later. I want to focus on, like, Limbus right now. Whoops. We'll do Limbus. Keep going, and then I'll stream Avatar after this intervallo, and then we can talk about, you know... Okay, my fault. My bad. Listen, this is important. This matters to me, okay? Thanks for telling me. We'll look at it later. Okay. Focus. The Great Lakes and beyonds are unpredictable. You're going to need a ship that can withstand such capriciousness. That's right, which is why we sought out a contract with an adequate shop to modify the bus. Adequate, you say? Let's go in. Did our last staff dinner really hit the budget that hard? I thought we were allowed to eat as much as we wanted. Like Rodius said, looking at the somewhat dilapidated shop made me curious about the company's finances, but nothing good could ever come out of this conversation, so I decided to table the thought. I feel like it's not going to be Blade, by the way. I doubt that it's going to be any Marvel character, but yeah. Rain, I'm going to take a look at the bus, so why don't you get them to, entertain the guests? Okay. The sinners were led into what appeared to be a workshop packed with tools and various mechanical apparatus. It seems to me that this workshop is capable of making more sophisticated modifications than it initially appeared. You recognize these? During the war, it was of utmost importance to have a general understanding of arms and gear workshops. This awkward conversation was cut short by a sudden and deafening noise. What's that sound? That was Mephistopheles' scream, or the alarm, rather. I'm sorry, I think I did something wrong. The stomping noises also you? They appear to be of the same species as the one we encountered earlier. They do look pretty similar. We're gonna have to fight off the shop. They're not pretty similar, they're indeed of the same species. A giant enemy crab with a massive shipping container on its back loomed over us. I can't do the bit. Well, at least for a brief moment. We were soon overwhelmed by the sound of heavy metal scraping against the floor. Cyberpunk Edge Runners 2 Wait, that's Big Brain. Sorry, again, for the distraction, but that's so Big Brain. When is Cyberpunk Season 2 coming out? It's soon, right? You're so correct, actually. That would be hype. I would kind of like that. September? Dude! The season comes out September, and then we get a Cyberpunk DLC in the winter? Like that. You're kind of cooking. Wait. A second Cyberpunk character would be lame. Maybe. I mean, I don't know. I think depending on who it is, it would be cool. I would like it. Because the reason I don't like guest characters typically is because they dilute the kind of aesthetic and the stylistic sensibilities of whatever they are inserted into, So if there's a fighting game with like a billion guest characters from different franchises, it just feels like it's, it just doesn't feel real. It doesn't feel, like the thing. So I feel like continuing with another Cyberpunk character could be interesting, but... And Lucy's banned from buying some that's true. That's actually a problem, yeah. Because like people couldn't even buy the season pass that she was in. Okay, never mind. Maybe not. Maybe not. But they could have changed that. I don't know. What if? Sorry. Okay. We'll talk about it later. Where do we have to get cracking this time? Just as we were all collectively losing our minds. It's Noggin, of course. A dark figure leapt down from somewhere onto the creature's head. Is it fleeing? The figure leaped gracefully from the back of the fleeing creature and slowly approached us. She squelched over the depressing mudflat in her swim fins and stood before us, a colossal harpoon resting on her shoulder. Right, so you lot are the bus people that fella mentioned? After some time passed. Allow me to formally introduce them with Olga this time. They're from the Molar Boat Works, here to help us with modifications for Mephistopheles. Wow, we're getting a whole intro and everything. Color me flattered. Big sis, they're still our dear customers. We should watch her. Oh, come on, I didn't do nothing wrong, did I? Bugger, I didn't even do anything yet. Yet being the key word here. Our business just opened, so there's nothing wrong with being a little careful. I'd imagine the sudden switch in your career path couldn't have been easy. Was it manageable, Olga? Grade 5 fixer? Well... Fixer? Thou art a fixer. I thought it caught scent of a noble one. Wherefore hast thou strayed from the path of a fixer? The life of a fixer must have been a grueling one, surely. Where was thy most prolific district? Which association, which test hast thou taken to rise to become a grade 5 fixer? A workshop exam? A trust association indeed? Fine, yes, I understand. I apologize, Olga. Soon there will be peace and quiet. Thread gaze. Greetings, I guess? Oh, blimey, it's been so long since I had to be so polite. Well, that's polite enough. It seems that people have been returning one by one from the books since the incident at the library. The library of... Oh... Like actually that library, or? How was it for you? Same story here. One moment I was like, huh? Am I dead? And next I'm suddenly waking up somewhere around here. No Mika, no rain. Stomach hankering. Thought I should grab myself a nosh. Nosh? So, nosh. And how'd it go again? A trash cab appeared, you fashioned a few things around you into a weapon, smashed its head in, turned into a barbecue, Bob's your uncle. And Fanny's your aunt, tasted like ass though. Arse. Then you started selling scrap metal from the back of those crabs. Okay, Rain, how about I leave the storytelling to you, yeah? That Olga lady's got a pretty flippant personality, huh? Yeah, Rhodia, like someone else I know. What's this? That's a prosthetic head, isn't it? Big sis, we'll be here all day if you keep derailing. I gotcha. The woman they called Olga fell back, clicking her tongue. And a man they called Rain came forward, bringing us up to speed. He was a fixer, working alongside Olga and Mika until they were all sucked into the library, getting wrapped up in these things called receptions. And just when he thought he was a goner, he suddenly came to, began wondering, and found Olga. They began collecting scrap metal together, with Mika joining along the way, and ended up running a workshop almost like they used to run the office back in the old days. So there wasn't any particular order in which they were returned from the book. The patterns have yet to reveal themselves to me. Virgilius muttered something to himself, looking at Faust, who stood near him. Faust nodded silently. I knew that there was something between the two of them, but it was always about something a bit apocryphal that I couldn't even begin to understand. Besides, I was starting to get worried about Ishmael, who was growing increasingly distraught. It was about time I talked to her about her sudden change. Ishmael, so you've been here before. It looks like you recognize those crabs from earlier. Yes? Is that a problem? No, not really. I'm just wondering how they taste. Sounds like people eat those crabs. I can see plain as day what you're trying to do with that inane question, but I'll entertain it anyway. Yes, I've had it more than a few times as crab chowder. It was a pretty digestible flavor once I got past the vomit traveling back up my esophagus. Does that answer your question? Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I didn't think that was the best question I could have come up with, but her reception was much colder than I'd expected.
그런데 먹을 수 있는
So
거군요.
that thing is edible, huh? It almost looks like an abnormality or a distortion.
네?
Since Dante can distinguish between an abnormality and a distortion, they were able to tell without me explaining. They are living organisms, mutants, if you will. Theoretically speaking, there shouldn't be any problem with ingesting them.
저희 할머니도 돌연변이 동물들을 많이 수집하곤 하셨죠. 저런 생물은 저도 처음
Grandmother used to collect mutated animals too. I've never seen anything like this one, though. What a priceless experience. Yeah, so they're pretty much our daily grub. The woman they called Mika was walking over from inside the boat workshop, an inscrutable look on her face. Mika, so how much of it do we gotta work on here? You know, there's this thing that my father, who worked in a workshop, used to say. The whole shebang. All the way down to the engines or something like that. No, not that far. I wouldn't dare go tinkering with that thing either. I saw the internals of the bus and a whole nother level of complexity. But yeah, pretty much everything else has to be changed. No flotation device, no propellers, no steering gear, nothing. So what do we do now? This was to be expected. Please present us with a solution. Did the manager say something, or did they just TikTok sometimes? Well, anyway. We do have a plan to fix it. What we lack are the parts. Parts of the bus? Wouldn't you just collect scrap or something? Yep. And from what I've seen so far, I'm certain you and your company are cut out for the job. You feed the trash crabs and you should be able to collect the scrap they're carrying. This is like an MMO quest. How many do we need to kill? A lot? Of course, that's what we're here for, isn't it? Your job at this shop is to collect parts to modify the bus. It's a far simpler and easier job than retrieving a golden bow. Now then, while I converse with our cooperators, everyone to the beach. That is no beach. Yes, it is. Even that mudflat is a part of the Great Lake, also known as the sea. The fact that it's called the Great Lake is making me think there's not a lot of bodies of water in the city. I mean, maybe there are other, like, seas or something that are just called something else, but... Pretty big lake, fair. Hello, hello. Dude, I cannot stop thinking about the Guilty Gear guest character. The fact they announced it is so weird. Just out of nowhere, you know? And we're gonna have to wait like half a year for that. Yeah, they announced that the next DLC is gonna be a guest character. Like, I would expect them to start teasing it like a few months before. I don't know, the fact that it's a DLC character, or the fact that it's a guest character is giving me a bad feeling about the chances of Raven or Zappa making it into the roster, you know? The chances are low. We've been at it for about 2 days, perhaps. We were able to defeat a considerable number of trash crabs and collect enough scrap to fill a whole wagon and then some. I think this will be enough for us to get started. It's a cute little art. Can we rest now? Listen, I can hear my shoulders creaking with every move. Rojan, can you stop that? It looks like you're flexing at them. It'll take some time to modify the bus, so we'll at least have a few days to enjoy. Though this place doesn't exactly resemble a tourist attraction. The sinners were all busy stretching and chattering, relieved that the work was finally over, but I had a terrible feeling that this was probably not the end of our toil. Enjoy what? Of course I knew it. I said it was enough to get started, which means you'll have to go collect more scrap, of course. How much more, to be exact? About 5 times the amount you've collected so far. Mika, we're going to have to work on the rear wheels too. Sorry, 7 times? Hello, hello. Considering our current productivity rate, it seems that we will not be provided with adequate rest. Perhaps reducing the time dedicated to sleep would be contributive to our collective effort. Nagata looked as though she was about to collapse, a woeful look on her face. Hang on a sec, though. How does collecting these pieces of scrap even help modify the bus? We're simply bolting these scraps onto the bus willy-nilly wouldn't amount to much, but using U-Corp's singularity to fuse the parts, we can make them work as though they were tailor-made for the bus. I thought their deal was kind of food packaging tech. You know, stuff that stops the contents inside from spoiling or changing in any way until you open the packaging. I used to eat a bunch of their canned food. Funny. Big Sis said the same exact thing. Some nests have more than one way of using their singularity, in case you didn't know. If the working principle is the same, one can always utilize the singularity's fundamentals to patent a singularity-based technology at A-Corp. U-Corp is not only known for its stasis preservation packaging, but also for its resonance tuning fork. Resonance tuning fork. It's like that bastard. Entwined, fused with things, and eventually devour them all, as though they've never even existed. Dante, you have to tell Vergilius immediately. Tell him that we have to collect the golden bows of other branches first. No, we're not ready. We're inexperienced. We don't know enough about the Great Lake nor about the whale. I know, I'll help you out. I'll help you make Vergilius understand we shouldn't go there. I'm telling you. What's gotten into you? Getting indigestion from the crab chowder or something? We all scraped through the same crab guts, but I'm totally fine. So what's got you throwing a fit? Just saying the first time we're going in, not knowing a nit about what we're doing. We've been dead enough times to get used to it. Dying your way through a mission isn't really something to be proud of, Heathcliff. If we were your average fixers, we would have been dead and gone on our very first mission, our names scraped clean from whatever association's registry. You think me daft? I've had enough years toiling and brushing with death for the syndicates of the backstreets to know that I've got but one life. But it's different now. Don't you think we've simply been lucky that Dante was able to bring us back intact? What's up with this attitude? If an abnormality cracks my skull, I'll turn the clock and I'll let it crack my leg next time. We can keep crawling back until they're smashed to pieces, no? So you think we've seen everything there is to see at this point? You know that's not true. In the worst case scenario, Dante could turn the clock all day and not be able to bring us back. What if we encounter something we can never come back right from? Especially that monstrous whale. Don't do that. Like I won't understand a thing. Yeah. It narks me when you treat me like a stupid sod. I mean, he is stupid. Like, he's being kind of dumb, right? If you don't like being treated like you're stupid, don't say stupid things, you know? Now, if you will allow me to inquire, It was perhaps because he was never the type to do such a thing. But the crowd immediately fell silent when Yi sang suddenly, loudly, and uncharacteristically intruded upon their argument.
그대들
Let us call to mind the various desires of ours that we so enthusiastically proclaimed on our journey here.
과업이 남은 것은 사실이나
It is true, there is still significant toil to be had.
그렇다면
Yet it can also be said that we have accomplished a certain milestone. Perhaps a momentary respite is warranted.
단테
Isn't that true,
이 정도면
Dante?
괜찮지?
This is the first time Yi-sang appears to be dependable since we started our bus journey. I agree with Yi-sang. I think we can slow down for a bit and do some team building activities together. How's that sound?
네, 조금 쉬고
Sure.
계셔도 될 것
Think you guys can take some time off?
저희 쪽에서 준비가 되면
We'll let you know once we're ready.
그렇다면 비치 볼리볼 다들 하지 않겠는가?
Beach volleyball. Beach volleyball?
반드시 팬다. 아비들도 본인이 똑똑히 보았다네.
I have witnessed it myself.
분명
There was, and I speak with certainty, what had appeared to be a ball of sorts amongst the stranded trash.
공도 있고 사람도
It would be no puffery to say that 'tis true injustice to deny ourselves merriment when a ball, able bodies, and the beach all await us. Can we really call this a beach though? Don Kata, I told you, we're not here for a vacation.
본인도 아오.
That I'm well aware, dear Gregor. I appreciate that advice, yet I simply do not have it within mine heart to deny such a proposal when an opportunity to bring us together presents itself. Okay, at least hold back that big grin next time, why don't you?
아니
Yes, I am in agreement with Don Quixote.
선수 돌이켜보면
Upon reflection, I have no memory of engaging in such a sport with my fellows.
구기 종목에
I cannot say that I am particularly talented in games of the ball variety, but this appears to be as good a time as any to experience it for once. So,
해봄이 어떤가?
let us partake in the game of volleyed balls.
준비가 안 됐는데
We're so not ready.
한가롭게 본인을 비비고 있을 때가 없는데
We've been slacking too much as of late.
터졌어.
We were too lucky last time.
현명한 선택이요. 내가 공을 찾아오겠네.
El Balon.
아, 그렇지.
관리자께서
This is a downtime activity designated by none other than our executive manager. Everyone quit grimacing and accept it with gratitude.
아, 알았다고.
So true.
아, 이러다 허리나 뻣뻣하잖아.
He's not that old. Right?
경기 규칙과 규격은 알고
I'm aware of the rules and the specifications of this game. Allow me to draw the arena.
자, 그럼 가겠어.
The worn ball rocketed into the air with Don Quixote's serve. Is this how the game is played? With Yi-sang's nice receive, it was starting to look like we had a proper game going.
잘하네.
You're pretty good. That's a good Ishmael expression.
으쌰.
어이구야.
쓸데없는 짓이야.
오티스 씨.
Otis, I think that serve would have killed me if I hadn't dodged it in time.
훈련의 일종이
Consider this a part of our training. Joshua, you're not supposed to hit the ball with your sword. Forsooth, I've received thy ball. We're wasting time we could be using to study the whale's characteristics.
대호수를 건너갈 나침반도 없는 것 같고.
And we don't even have a compass to guide us through the Great Lake. I like how spiky her hair looks here. That bastard still got to be alive somehow.
아이씨.
For fuck's sake, woman! Heathcliff, unable to stand Ishmael's attitude any longer, kicked the ball with enough force that it just might burst. and the ball flew way over the mark and toward the boundary separating us from the pristine beach we saw a few days ago. The ball just popped?
네.
It most certainly has.
플라즈마장이 형성되어 있는 것 같군요.
There appears to be a field of plasma invisible to our eyes. A field of plasma? But a field of plasma on the beach.
둥지와 뒷골목을 구분하기 위한
A barrier of
일종의
sorts.
장치죠.
Installed to separate the nests from the back streets. Along the borders of every nest are installations that serve the same function through their specific methods. May vary, though they specific. May vary. That was like the first moment that I liked Heathcliff, okay? Of course, there are always fences and whatnot to stop backstreets residents from crawling into their precious nests, but with that technology, they could have simply made the ball disappear without a trace, instead of leaving the torn mess, which, God, I mean, they want to enjoy watching clueless souls be ripped to pieces, I bet. Glad the rich folk are having so much fun with our lives. I have no comment to make regarding the device's particular purpose or its sadistic nature. Took me a whole hour of my time to procure us the ball.
다들 정신 차려.
Brace yourselves. The sound of the ball popping attracted the trash crabs.
뭐
Isn't it about time we get used to this, manager? Come on. Let's first take care of business.
그려낸 대로
I kind of thought that Heathcliff and Ishmael were going to have a confrontation, like an actual like dialogue between them right then and there, but I guess it's gonna happen after. I should have double checked which. We're going to U Corp, right? I have too easy of a time like forgetting which letters are which. So whenever they say a technology or like, you know, singularity that is associated with any corp, it leaves my brain so quick. I am planning to pull for the next banner, yeah. I think. If I see something that I like, I will. That's next week, right? Seen the trailer? Nope. I have not. I don't remember looking at Walpurgis units. Have I? I don't think I looked. I'm not sure. At least I don't remember it well. We'll look at it when it's time. Next week.
반드시 팬다. 아비들도 거미집도 그려낸 대로
It might be worth charting them. I don't know. I'll think about it.
숨이 닿도록 베어낼 뿐. 그려낸 대로
U Corp District 21, yes. And that's the one that produces the food packaging / other stuff. We haven't been to, like, W Corp yet. They just mentioned it offhandedly.
여기 심장이 잠깐 저리 대기해.
체험스러워. 체험스러워.
Is the Whelp banner, like, is it just one banner that you can pull for, or is it like multiple
돌아가기 싫다면
different ones?
전부 잡아드리죠. 순순히 모라를 받으시죠. 목을 내놓으시죠. 순순히 목을 내놓으시죠.
I see. Okay. It's the same one. Okay, that's good. I like that. I like that because I just want to pull for one thing and like see what happens. I prefer that. Hey Ishmael. Yes. Can we talk at least for a bit? Called over to Ishmael once the battle was over. Right. I've never done anything like this before. I don't even know if this is the right thing to do or what kind of results this conversation is going to yield, but can't just sit here and watch.
네.
Yeah, whatever. It looks to me that you'd been preoccupied with something ever since we got here. You know, you're not really participating in group activities and things like that.
당연하죠.
Isn't it obvious? There's something more important in hand, but they're all busy enjoying themselves playing this stupid game. Is this about the Great Lake? Yes. That we in our current state shouldn't go there. No. Right, so why do you think that we don't have a chance against whatever's in there?
말씀드렸잖아요.
I told you, we're not ready. We're going to need at least half a year to acclimate to the Great Lake and the things that are out there. Or we could try to gain more experience, enough to overwhelm our disadvantages, and that goes the same for you, Dante. You need to be strong enough to at least take care of yourself. Which I can help with, and Otis, I'm sure she can help with your training too. If push comes to shove, yes. Half a year? We just don't have that much time to spare. Really? Is that why we're playing beach volleyball? Because we don't have time to spare. And it's not like I'm saying that we should just sit on a bus and do nothing for half a year. I'm saying that we should visit other destinations first before coming back here. That is impossible. Not every location of golden bows in the nest has been identified, and the before team hasn't completed their preliminary surveys yet. Excuses. I've known for a while that you've had some fancy ulterior motive. And whatever that is, this is a mistake you won't ever forget. Perhaps. What a mess. In that case, we should at least map a detailed sailing route and plan our combat strategy. Prattling on and on. Just when I thought our discussion was reaching a stalemate, Heathcliff butted in. What's your problem? Shut your gob. Think you're the only one struggling here? We've all died more times than we can count. So I'm telling you that it'll work out again somehow. And I'm telling you that the Great Lake is different. What if the manager drowns? What if that thing eats us and our bodies can't be recovered? You understand? This isn't anything like we've been through so far, so this could be the end of us.
좋아. 네 말이 맞다고 쳐. 이대로 가면 우린 다 돼지고. 그래서 잠깐이라도 놀면 뭐가 좀 덧나냐?
So what's wrong with faffing about for a little while? What are those whales working out or something? True. You've been mucking up the mood ever since we got here, so how about you use some bloody common sense to not bring everyone else down with you? It's rich coming from you. What common sense do you have of the Great Lake? Have you even seen a whale? Since when were you such a know-it-all? What do you even know about a sailor's life? How would you? All day you're whining about your girlfriend or something, dozing off in the bus, throwing a hissy fit once in a while. Wait, is Heathcliff Canto 6 right after this? That's kind of interesting. It's kill or be killed by everything from the depths of the waters to the heights of the skies, crawling and falling onto the deck. Innumerable natural disasters like acid typhoons, tuna tsunamis, sharknadoes and shit. Okay. Cerebral storms and a multitude of other terrors of the lake I can't even recall the names of. And from the storms, high waves, as tall as mountains. Following that, those fucking monsters that wash up on the deck. Look away for a moment and your mate whom you've trusted with your life is slain. Everyone and every goddamn thing goes mad and is transformed into something else entirely on that abominable lake. It's something that a pathetic, lovey-dovey tenderfoot like you won't ever understand, not after dying 100 deaths.
그만하라고 했지.
Before anyone could ever step in, Heathcliff swung wildly at Ishmael.
너 따위가
You don't know shite about me, a prick like you.
이보게들
Fellows. The tussle was such a blitz that no one could even attempt to intervene. Yusang almost looked pitiful as he stood there bewildered. For a moment it appeared as though Heathcliff had the upper hand, as his fist struck Ishmael right in her jaw. Just as Ishmael appeared to throw a punch, she kicked Heathcliff's leg, throwing him to the ground. In the blink of an eye, Ishmael took up her mace. She raises it high as though she could strike it down at any moment. Her arm trembles with uncontrollable fury.
그래.
Yeah, what'll you do? Bash my head in like you did before? Like I did to you before?
죽여.
Fine. Kill me.
상관없어.
No matter. I'll be right as rain in a minute.
나하고 다를 거라
I was a fool to think you'd be any different from me. Everyone's the same. I wasn't sure what caused her sudden change of heart, but it was a relief of sorts at least. She looked at Heathcliff with her eyes wide open and dropped the mace to the ground.
이런 불상사를 다시 보고 싶진
I
않았어.
wished that I would not have to again be witness to such belligerency amongst our friends.
결국
Yet such quarrels among fellows is but an ineluctability, perhaps. Now that brings me back, watching them fight. We used to tussle just like they do now. Dante, I neglected to mention this to you since we have not had a dispute like this since our first mission. But you should be held responsible in the future for management failure should a similar workplace conflict arise. The hell was I supposed to do about this? Was what I wanted to say, but I managed to hold my metaphorical tongue.
이것이 어떻게 관리자님의 책임이지?
How does the fault lie with the executive manager, Faust? If those two fools who got into this senseless it's those two fools who got into this senseless altercation. Preventing senseless altercations between co-workers is a job of a manager.
이놈 그만해요, 여러분.
Stop it, everyone. Indeed, such behavior ill-fits the heroic nature of Limbus Company. Sinclair's hesitance, Don Quixote's attempts to diffuse Faust's impassive voice, Otis's increasingly rising voice in my defense. All of that combined was starting to get incredibly irritating. Stop. Guys, enough. I had no other recourse left at this moment. Ishmael, Heathcliff. The two of you stop working together for a while. Distance yourselves. At least until I can think of a way to deal with you two.
나라고 저 면상을 굳이 찾아보고 싶지.
It's not like I enjoy looking at her mug. Thus the mood fell into a pit as depressing as the mud flat.
자, 이제 견적도 나왔으니까 슬슬
Okay, we have an approximate quote now, so feel free to go collecting those scraps. We spent the next few days collecting scraps with the rest of the sinners.
의뢰받은 노비들은 전부 잡아들였고 개 중에는 낙인 찍힌
I don't need the... Sorry for not, like, reading it earlier. I don't need the order of the remaining cantos necessarily. I'm fine. I do know that Ryoshu is Canto 9. Ishmael is this one. Heathcliff is 6. I think that's all I know. I don't remember the others.
주제 개시할게요.
I'm quite looking forward to 8 though. I'm interested in what that's gonna be.
그 슬픈 눈빛. 돌아가기 싫다면
그려는 대로. 나또
Dante is just chill.
숨이 닿도록 베어낼 뿐.
Hands in pockets. He's, you know,
원망된
he's alright. He's doing okay.
돌아가기 싫다면
The thing I would be scared of if I was Dante is just dying. Straight up. You know?
그려는 대로.
Because he's just a guy. Like, he's not gonna be revived, right? So.
순순히 돌아가기 싫다면 목을 내놓으시죠.
Also, it would make sense if he's calm, if he's like. If he was important in his past life, quote unquote, like, you know, before he lost his memories, if he was like
숨이 닿도록
some kind of leader of something or some, you know, whatever, it would make sense that he's confident and kind of like can keep a cool head.
셋째. 무어몽주.
그려는 대로.
So it actually makes sense to me, you know?
능력의 심장이 잠깐 저릿했기에.
I have been thinking that maybe they will reveal later at some point that he is also like immortal or something, or like, you know, he can bring himself back to life or whatever, you know, something like that, or like maybe he has some other like thing going on. But because it does feel kind of weird to, I don't know, we'll see. The days were as suffocating for them as it was for me. Well, save for Otis, maybe. You there. Connecting those parts will cause an issue with the intake fan. What do we do then? That's like 3 separate wires. Amateurish. Allow me to demonstrate. This is nothing compared to what I had to do back in the day when I worked with the engineering corps. Otis, who appears to be rather knowledgeable in engineering, continued to support Moeller Boatworks' bus modifications.
파우스트 양, 혹여 수감자들의 신상 명세서에 기호품이나 취향에 대한 기록은
Miss
없어?
Faust, do you by any chance possess any documentation of items that the sinners may be partial to? Or have preferences for in their personal information forms?
그런 것까지 작성해두지는 않습니다.
We do not keep records of such details.
씨,
Isang, as I have informed you repeatedly, it is not the best policy as a sinner to leave the decisions to the managers. There's nothing like booze and getting right sloshed to mend the broken friendship. What, maybe you could try my secret weapon?
설마 지난번부터 계속 말한 킹크랩계 뇌수 담금
No
중?
way, you mean the king trash crab brain wine that you've been talking about? Color me interested, actually.
아니요. 내가 직접 물어보겠네. 마음은 고맙네.
I don't think I will. I shall inquire them myself. Thank you, still.
안될것 같은데.
That'll work. Yisang was trying to come up with various ways to bring Heathcliff and Ishmael's feud to a close.
분.
Sink.
아니,
No.
여기서는 다
Silo would be preferable here.
어허.
Yes.
그래.
Perhaps doing so while they're still alive would be a way of
그렇게 해보는 것도
pursuing a
새로운
new
예술을
direction.
추구하는 방법이야.
Pursuing a new direction in art in the vein of an avant-garde spirit.
고통을 더 가하기 위한 제안.
My suggestion was not to inflict them further pain, simply a more appropriate method of engaging in the culinary arts.
저기
sorry, but when's dinner? You've been having the same conversation for the last 30 minutes.
레인, 나
Man, I'm
죽어.
dying here. I can hear the trash crab
크랩
going at it in my belly.
누님, 정
It seemed that Ursula and Marisol were trying to come up with a way to make the trash crabs more palatable. Not that I had any taste buds or a mouth, but it was starting to resemble actual food, at least in presentation.
그리로 튄다.
Kiddos, they're going that way.
꼬맹이! 아니요. 자, 싱클레어군 마무리를 부탁함세.
그레고르 씨, 저는 왼쪽 다리 할게요.
Most other sinners were busying themselves with hunting trash crabs and collecting scrap. They say that practice makes perfect, and everyone was already performing rather well, coordinated attacks even without my input. As for Heathcliff,
그레고르 씨.
Gregor, are you showing off your rotisserie skills? Insipid. Your flames lack flair.
아니,
Wait,
저건 그냥
it's just
다른 거잖아요.
cremating it. It has been extracted. However, this can no longer serve its function as a proper source of nutrients. Give it hither. I've consumed not but 3 legs so far.
히스클리프군.
Heathcliff?
뭐야 그게?
That's
길잡이
the guide and I had a chat, and I'm okay now.
괜찮아.
면담
Was it really just a chat?
아무튼
Just drop it.
발성은
I won't trouble you a lot.
하겠어.
That's all.
그러니까 나도 하나만.
Spare me some nush. I don't know if Virgilius really had just a talk with Heathcliff, but I'm glad that, unlike most other times, he was here to at least get Heathcliff to calm down. But Ishmael... A moment, Dante? Ah, well, as one-sided as this chat is going to be, as I'm sure you've already been told in brief, I conducted a little meeting with 2 problem individuals. You will see that the discipline has proven effective with Heathcliff, while Ishmael's case hasn't quite been resolved. Or to be more precise, there's no reason to resolve it. What are you talking about? You must be asking what I'm talking about. I hope you aren't expecting me to kindly explain everything to you. You'll realize it on your own soon enough. After all, this babysitting and fostering nonsense is not part of my work. I know you're putting in extra work and I appreciate it. I'd like it if I didn't have to intervene anymore. You may consider the talk I voluntarily had with 2 a small favor from me for your decent performance recently. Now, I have remaining business with the fixers of Molar office. Like that, Ishmael was left alone with little progress to speak of. According to the people from the boatworks, she apparently snuck out alone late at night to make various preparations. Even when I visited her, when I found her hanging about and called over to her, she didn't respond to me at all. She wasn't ignoring me, rather, she seemed too deeply fixated on what she was doing. What should I do about her? No, what was I supposed to do then? Well, a clear answer still eluded me. Mephistopheles' Misamere was entering its final stages. Misamere. Misamere, I don't know. Canto 6? Canto 6 won't be for another, like, month, man. It's gonna be a while. It's gonna take a while. We play the first few stages of Canto 5? Unfortunately, probably not today. Can I do... Is it feasible to do Canto 5 the same way I did Canto 4? Where I did the first half of it in one stream, then second half, and then the dungeon by itself? Would that work? Dungeon is smaller. 35 nodes, I see. Okay. Seven. Alright.
출발하지. 반드시 팬다. 아비들도.
I mean, most of the time it's not the... It's like, it's mostly about the amount of text, I think. Like, because most of the time is taken up by me reading stuff and like talking about the stuff that I just read. So it really depends. All the sinners, save for Ishmael, gather to behold the finished product. Also, keep in mind, I'm gonna start Canto 5 next stream, but I'm also gonna do polls and stuff. And we're gonna like look at the teams and all that, everything. So that's gonna take some time. So I behold with mine eyes the transformed bus. Would one call this a busboat or a boat bus? I think I'll go with busboat.
바퀴는 어디 갔죠?
Where did the wheels go? We'll need them again once we're done with U-Corp's district.
쓸데없는
A needless concern. Of course, it has been modified to be amphibious with both a boat form and a bus form. What is this, some kind of magic bus? The myriad of possibilities Mephistopheles holds means it has always been capable of various functions. Hasn't Faust expounded upon this detail once?
자자, 그쯤들 하시고 시동을 걸어보죠.
Yeah, next Saturday. No, that's enough of that. Let's start it up. Oh, if I'm able to play Tokon, like Marvel Tokon open beta, that weekend I might not stream Limbus actually. When is that? Hold on. If I'm able to play it. So next week after that, in 3 weeks. Yeah. But we'll see. Part 1 and 2 are long. As Mika fiddled with its controls, the busboat shuddered awake. Huh? And sputtered off the odd screeching noise we'd heard earlier. I think we're missing something. Maybe it's the form transmogrifier that's messing up? I thought my eardrums were going to burst. What could possibly be causing that noise? Mika, I think it's that one part where we had to make do with what we had.
뭐?
What was that?
뭐라고 했나?
Did you just say make do?
어쩔 수 없었다고요.
We didn't have a choice. There weren't enough parts in stock.
원래는 대체가 안 되는
There's still one
부품인데.
thing that was supposed to be irreplaceable, but the problem is
이거
this wasn't the sound of its engine, was it?
이전에 마주했던
It's the gigantic mutant we've encountered before. It's headed this way.
같은 소리에 이끌렸나 보.
It is likely drawn here by the same clamor as before.
마침 잘 됐네.
Ah, that's good news.
저 커다란 놈.
That big boy has the exact part we're missing on his back, don't it?
그렇긴
Does, I
한데요.
guess?
누님, 아니죠?
맞는데.
I am really.
그 부품이
It's that one
비싸고
expensive and tricky to
많이
manufacture
들어서
part,
많이들
isn't
있던
it?
다른 보트센터 직원분들도 많이들 돌아가.
그거야. 지금은 여기 우리를 도와주실 분. 맞다.
Lads and
우리
lassies.
완전 거질 때부터
It killed the people that helped us start Molar Boatworks from our bum days, didn't it? Looks like this is just the time to give it a right smashing down its noggin. And make some more wine out of its brain juice, too.
누님,
우리도 나눠줄 거지?
Can we get some, too?
우리요?
이번 킹크랩게는
This king trash crab is supposed to be a few years old, so it has to be the same one from earlier.
아무튼 그놈만 잡아주기면 해결된다는 거.
Anyway, all we need to do is to catch and kill that prick, innit?
바로 그렇다는데 시계 대가리.
Heathcliff turned to me, visibly eager to go up and crush some shells.
아니요. 차라리
Let's not.
잘됐지 않나요?
Isn't this better for us?
나참 이스.
Where have you been all this time? I was making preparations for our survival on the Great Lake, obviously. The least I can do is make an exhaustive guide on whales you can study up on, right?
나 그런 거 안 읽는 거
No,
알죠?
I don't read that kind of stuff.
그럼 읽을 수밖에 없.
Then I'll keep reminding you until you have no choice but to read it.
관리자님,
See,
보셨죠?
manager, we still need more
저희에겐
time.
아직도 시간이
There's
필요해요.
so much more to
준비해야 할
prepare.
킹크랩게는 쫓아낼
The
수
king
있는
trash crab
거잖아요.
can be repelled, can it?
그렇게 해두고 버스
Then let's
기준은
do that and
좀
finish
미뤄둬줘.
modifying the bus
그렇게
later.
시간을 벌면
With more time on our hands. Ishmael, I'm not sure. My lack of memory doesn't help, of course, but I don't get what you're so scared of what we're supposed to be preparing for. As much as I want to respect your opinions and reflect them, I don't think this is the best for all of us.
모두는 무슨
There is no
모두예요.
all of us. Let's be honest here. Is any one of us devoting themselves for the sake of this, all of us? We all signed a contract with Limbus Company for our own goals. I did, Yisang did, as we saw last time, and all the other sinners did. Aren't we only in this together to achieve our personal aims? And you, too? You're forcing yourself to look for those golden bows, things you've probably never heard of once in your life, just so you can get your memories back. You have a more selfish motive than anyone else here, so why do you pretend like you're doing anything for all of us? How dare you raise your voice against... Enough. Virgilius, who seemed to have been discreetly listening in on our conversation, joined as though he'd been a part of it from the start. Ishmael, I believe I made myself clear during our meeting. The contract comes first. The contract. Sure. This is a company I'm working for. Of course it does. Ishmael glared at me with a face unlike anything she'd shown before. I sensed clear hostility in her eyes. Fine. I'll abide by the oh so honorable contract, manager. Give me your orders and I'll follow them. So, if there's anything you want from me from now on, state it clearly. I won't get out of line by providing unsolicited help or explanations anymore. What are we waiting for? Weren't you going to order us to kill that giant crustacean? I'll gladly obey as it is stipulated in my contract, Manager Dante. After Ishmael finished speaking, she blankly stared at me as if awaiting my order, to which I could only reply with, let's go. Just then, I heard vicious sounds of crashing waves and roars of an all-crushing storm. Visions of destruction passed before me. Limbs and bits of flesh tear off. In the shredding storm that brings crashing waves, Ishmael clings to the ship for dear life. And a behemoth of an eye, its overwhelming and all-consuming size looming over the ship, watches her in silence. Perhaps this could be a clue to Ishmael's perplexing behavior. I'm kind of excited for Canto 5. I like nautical theming and stuff. I will never step foot on on a ship like that, I think. The deep sea is fucking terrifying. But yeah. You like being on a ship? I've traveled by ship a couple of times, but I would not want to be on like a ship, if that makes sense. Like, you know, on a smaller ship, no way. If it's a ship just to like cross the sea, like I live in Estonia, I travel to Finland. It's like a $20 ferry ride, a couple hours. I've done that before a few times. And that's kind of cool actually. Like I have technically been on a ship a couple of times. But that shit is scary. I don't know. It's too like vast. You're kind of like just at the mercy of whatever happens, it feels like. But I love like sea themed stuff. Fish are kind of freaky. A lot of like Lovecraftian and you know, like horrors like that come from the sea. Think like Innsmouth, right, and Cthulhu and like all that stuff. It just makes for very good imagery. So I like it for that. By the way, I've been thinking of trying like scheduled streams on YouTube so that it's clear when the next stream is. So I could like schedule the stream ahead of time. Maybe that would be good. I could try to see how that could work.
이게 심장이 잠깐쯤 그 오물을 떼어내주지.
I remember watching a TikTok of there was a guy who like started traveling by boat and said like, yeah, I'm just gonna live on a boat forever. Just gonna travel. That seems insane to me. I know that it's like fine. You're not gonna, you know, if you're well prepared, you're gonna be fine. Are there taxes? I mean, if you're like, you're not like, you know, what are you working for? Who are you working for? I feel like your taxation would kind of depend on where you're getting your money from, you know?
죄인인가?
이게 심장 시리미얼.
Big crab. Oh, dude, look at this. Let's go. Just fish and sell it on the market? No shot.
격정의 마음을 모방하겠어.
I mean, if you were to do that, then you would be taxed probably in accordance with wherever you're selling, right?
제한 종료.
Otherwise, like, let's say you get money from social media, like you stream your sea journey on TikTok or something. At that point, you might not have to worry about taxes, actually. Maybe.
딸아이도 이 상처를 기억하고 있으면 좋겠구려.
If you're in, especially if you're in international waters, maybe? I don't know. According to Virgilius, the people at the boatworks have been saving up for a trip back to V Corp's back streets, where their fixer office used to be. After experiencing a warp train malfunction, they apparently decided they'd rather take the car. I considered telling them the truth I learned from a number of identities, but I figured ignorance is bliss and kept my figurative mouth shut. Maybe I feared that the things I said could bring bad results again, like how Ishmael had fallen out with me. Come on, get working. Oh, we got him now. Looks like our job's done. And lucky you, the tide is in. We should be able to set off now. Now then, switch to boat mode. It transforms thusly then. I've gotta say, I have a great admiration for whoever designed this vehicle. I've heard stories of it, but to see it in motion firsthand, if you tried, it could most certainly change into other forms, as long as the core is intact. How can such a core be real? I'm just amazed, for lack of a better term. Indeed, Faust is amazing.
자, 그럼
Alright now, get in your vehicle. You can switch the mode again once you're in the water. Aboard the new boat-shaped Mephistopheles, we forged ahead into the ever-rising waters. I'm so excited, actually. This is so fun. This feels really cool. Like, this, like, change in... I'm glad they're finding, like, new ways to keep each Canto, like, fresh, you know? Going on different types of, like, adventures and stuff. I hope that most of the Canto is in water. Like, we're going from, like... You know? We're just traveling on the sea a little bit. Going maybe from one location to another. Maybe little islands or something. I don't know, whatever. Whatever it might be. I'm excited. This is cool. My relationship with Ishmael was still precarious, which was something I still wasn't sure what to do about. But since some of the sinners were also trying to be supportive towards Ishmael, I decided that it would be best if I tried to come up with a solution in the meantime. Maybe I'll find out more the further we get from the shores of the Great Lake.
잘 나아가네요.
It's sailing alright.
그럼 우리 이제 돈
That mean we
벌어서
can get
외식하러
paid
가는
and
거야?
go out for a meal now?
돈이라면 아까 받았어요.
We actually got our money a minute ago as soon as we fulfilled our end of the contract. A delivery fixer from the Devya Association came by and paid us the remainder.
오, 생각보다
Our
어마어마하게
contractor
잘
turned out to be a pretty big deal, huh? Hot damn. Now that's a catch. How about we take a break from trash crabs and splurge for some pork? Pork belly barbecue?
좋죠, 누님.
Sounds good. By the way, Mika.
네?
Yeah?
이번 개조 목록에
When did we add a
잠수 기능도 있었어?
submersible mode to the modifications?
그럴 리가요?
We didn't?
저거
The ship
기우는 것
looks like
같은데.
it's listing.
야, 빨리 불 빼.
Oh, brother.
양동이 양
구멍을 찾았어.
I found a hole. This must be...
출발할게.
Okay.
구명보트 꺼내올게요.
위약 끝낼 준비나 해야겠네요.
좋았군.
Rip. Finn? Like a fish? With our frantic attempts to train the bus and Karen's skillful rowing, we managed to get back to the boat works and have the bus repaired. With that, our voyage on the Great Lake began somehow in earnest. Okay. I'll check.
완벽하게 수행되었지 않은가. 하지만
Dude, he's saying is kind of carrying. Okay.
기약은
The evil defining.
그렇다면
Canto 5. Oh shit.
아무것도 인가.
Oh, that looks interesting. Okay. Cool. Cool. That's cool. Okay, how much do we have to... Oh, there's 2 minis. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, should I do them? I was gonna go either eat or stream out. I'm not even sure which I want to do. Because I'm really hungry right now. Maybe I should do the minis next time. And then it can be a proper 3-stream Canto. Right? So we could start with... Oh wait, I'm stupid. No, I'm not stupid. Never mind. So okay, we could start with the minis next time. And then play a bunch of the Canto 5. And then it could be like a full, 3-stream situation going on, This Canto is my favorite. I hope I enjoy it too. It's like... The fact that we're going to be on a boat is exciting to me, honestly. Like, that's the most exciting part to me. But yeah, okay. Next week, we're going to start with the minis. Then, after that, maybe, I will pull on the banner. Not this one, the next one that comes around. And then we will properly get into Canto 5. We'll properly get it started. Sound good? Okay. I know this was on the shorter side, but we can look at the trailer. Sure, as a treat, okay? We can look at it. Let's see. I can pull it up. The 9th Walpurgis Night. Let's see. Here it is. Wait, give me a second. Okay, let's look at it. Electro swing. What? Okay.
조정. 부고를 전하겠어.
Okay, he looks cool.
이 처참한 보화. 허접이 그대를 화장할지니.
I already have a Yisang, but I don't care. This looks sick. Oh, it's an ego. My fault.
것도 남지 않으리.
Yeah. I just looked at saw this part. Yeah, that's sick.
조정. 원래의 일정과 원래의 일정이 호접하여 마침내 질서는 원을 안식케 하리라.
나에게서 이름을 묻지 마렴. 비나라는 건 이름이 아니란다.
I don't know who this person is. This is spoilers. Oh no.
수많은 무덤이 있는 공간의 슬픈 이름이지.
We will be not
나는 그저
equipping this even if I get it. What? Oh, a bunch of like... Okay, cool. Wait, how long is the... How long does this last? This whole thing lasts? There's an event with this as well, right?
이른 아침
I hope it lasts enough that I can get everything I want from it. Okay,
활동을 깨우기
Faust.
위해 따뜻한 차를 마시는 것은 건강상 권장되긴 합니다만
2 weeks, damn.
다른 것들도 즐겨보시는 건 어떨까요, 그레고리? 정실으시다면 한 끼라도 부탁드리겠습니다. 나비가 날개 닫힌 바늘이 건물의 벽체를 녹이는 것도 물론 중요한 문제입니다만 이
Dawn
바늘의
Office
필성이
Fixer.
더 문제인 것 같군요. 주변을 걷고 있던 일반 주민들이 바늘에 찔리는 것만으로 재폭발을 일으키니 이런 단순 반복 업무를 파우스트에게 맡기는 것은 나비가 커다란 능력적 손실을 야기합니다. 싱클레어 당신의 쌍화차 제조 능력은 확실히 훌륭하지만 당신이 그런 것만 하려고 해결사가 된 것은 아닐 테니까요.
I hope it's fine that I'm reading the subtitles because
하시죠.
if they're there shouldn't be spoilers, right? 'Cause these are not from Limbus. These are like references to other games they made.
성장에 도움이 되지 않습니다. 그래도
I think, right? Like, yeah.
순조롭게 끝났군요. 전부 펼쳐내 꽤 고생할 것이라고 생각했습니다만 여러분들이 파우스트가 생각했던 것보다 유능했던 덕도 있겠군요. 츠바이의 책도 이번에 회수하도록 할까요? 반응형 사출 전부 조각내보자. 가끔 파우스트만 사무소를 먹여 살리고 있는 것 같기도
I like the
하고요.
theme here.
자네들은
The song.
나가서 먹어. 나는 사무실에서 적당히 처리해도 되니까. 다음 을에는 어떻게 할지
Okay.
봐야 하거든. 알지? 요새 이야기가 많잖아.
These are alright. I'm fine
잘했자.
with them.
싱클레어고 아침부터 수고가 많아. 어제 의뢰가 좀 늦게 끝나서 늦게 들러도 된다고 했건만.
Is it just these two
파우스트야.
that are the new ones, and everything else is like from previous,
마무리 잘했나?
from previous events?
새벽녘 명예 신분상승 그런 것들만 너무 쫓진 않아.
I'm not gonna lie, Ego is looking the coolest out of all of these.
잘 설명하지는 못하겠지만 그렇게 점점 풍족해져가는 것들에 대한 생각을 하고 있으면은
나쁘진 않았습니다.
불현듯 역겨운 기분이 들고 아마 내가 기억하지 못해도 몸이 경험적으로 떠올리고 있는 거겠지.
I'm not gonna look at the old ones in case I pull on the banner and I get something. I kind of want to be surprised. I feel like it would be more fun.
안 좋았나? 이 정도 의뢰해 줄 알았으면 고민할 필요도 없었겠고.
다른 이들의 책도 찾아볼까요?
그래. 하는 김에 부수입도 챙기자고. 쇼바이 건 확실히.
Is this like a theme that's already in the game, or is this also new with the? What is the context of the music? Is it just for the trailer?
네가 죽인 목숨들의 숫자를 헤아려 봐라. 그리고 자문해봐. 정말 네 목숨이 그 목숨들을 합한 값보다 값어치 있는지.
날아가야 해. 나를 가로막는 껍질을 깨부수고 더 높은 곳으로. 고통스럽지만
What is this?
깨어
What is that?
일어설게요. 그 누구보다 슬퍼하고 있는 나를 위해 피어올라라.
Oh, I see. Mm-hmm. Okay. Neat. We'll see what I get. We'll see what I get next week. I have so many pulls. Oh my god. I have so much exciting. I'll have even a little bit more because I'll be, I'll keep doing dungeons. I don't always do like all 3 every week, but I've been mostly keeping up with that. So, okay, end of Limbus for today. Sorry it's short. Next stream will be longer for sure, because we'll be doing both the minis and then starting Canto 5 as well as doing polls. So next stream should be longer. I will do my best to eat before stream, and yeah, I'll probably switch over to Twitch to just stream Avatar for a little bit, and after a small break. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. It sucks that it's only 2 weeks though, because wait, is the event, hold on, before I end, actually, is the event for Walpurgis like, is it a banner for only 2 weeks and then there's an event that comes with it that is also for 2 weeks, or for longer? Am I understanding that? Okay. Both. Okay. Oh, right. Okay. My fault. I was not paying enough attention. I should be able to complete the event, probably. Okay. Bye-bye, Limbus people. Bye-bye, YouTube. See y'all next Saturday with Canto 5.